Gentlemen, Team Fortress 2 waits for no one. But if there's one thing you've learned watching these videos, it's that TF2 isn't that realistic. But what if TF2 was realistic? Let's check it out. Okay, please illustrate the incredible danger of firearms and drinking. Come on, public service announcement.
Oh, yes! Ha! Hey! Nice.
Yep, okay, got it. This is exactly what I would expect from drinking. As you guys know, drinking lowers your inhibitions and diminishes your ability to make decisions. Obviously, he's making very poor decisions. He knows there's enemy in the area. He's instead shooting these all around him. And it also impedes motor coordination. If you've had literally one drink, none of this is news to you.
Welcome to the dominating!
Idea, Demo Man would be able to place infinity stickies. I don't understand. Oh, if it was realistic. Well, no, it wouldn't. This is like saying, realistically, Ukrainians wouldn't be able to shoot just 3 tanks with anti-tank weapons. They could shoot as many as they wanted. Well, yeah, but you got a limit on how much you can carry. Gonna say, not that realistic. For a bunch of reasons. Also, the blast radius of C4 is pretty wide. And when you have that much C4 stuck around everywhere, it's really a bad way, and you don't want to be that close to it. So boy howdy, has this not been realistic so far.
Go, go, go!
Okay, guys, here's the thing. An automated turret is a really complicated design, and it's incredibly hard to do, right? One of the challenges in artificial intelligence and especially visual detection is that our eyes do a bunch of things, or our brains rather, do a bunch of things that computers struggle with. For example, let's say you have a shadow over half of someone's face. Well, actually, your brain just naturally kind of understands that a shadow is just a shadow, and it takes away, it washes out that shadow, so you see their face as normal. You don't perceive it as being, for example, 2 totally different colors. But in fact, to an AI is like, what happened to the half of this person's face? It's all dark. And it doesn't understand the play of light and shadow. Similarly, if you were to bathe a room in, say, blue light, your brain would just understand that it would interpret out all the surrounding stuff. It's really hard for us to get AI that can do that sort of thing, right? Understanding, that's why when you solve CAPTCHAs, they're often helping to train AI by being like, is this a boat? Is this a bicycle? Is this a stop sign? All that is just to help AIs try to give them a bigger and bigger data set of what is boat in order to learn what is a boat. And again, this is a concept that most 5-year-olds can correctly identify whether or not something is a boat. All that to say, designing an AI that can not only distinguish human beings in a consistent set of environments, human beings that are trying to be camouflaged, but to understand friend from foe is so difficult and would require a level of engineering and understanding of artificial intelligence beyond what we even understand to be possible.
Alert! Sentry ahead! Head, soldier! Soup! Oh. Look at this bonus thing. I don't think they see that one coming. Okay. Let's do this. What did you? Back. What? What the son of a bitch? Oh!
Okay, the Ulapul Kaber can be used as a grenade instead of as a melee weapon. Okay, this also isn't that realistic, because if there's one thing we've seen, it's that grenades don't often function, and especially very, very old ones, right? These very old grenades tend to degrade over time, and that's what makes them so dangerous. Sometimes in Europe, they still find unexploded ordnance from the Second or First World War, and they immediately evacuate a wide radius because these bombs have so degraded over time that it's possible that they're inert, that they've completely oxidized. There's no trigger mechanism. The explosives won't go off, but it's also possible that key safety mechanisms have degraded, meaning that weapon could explode at a moment's notice. So it's pretty terrifying when you have these old, out-of-date explosives, especially ones that weren't stored properly. So the point of this is that it's just as likely to kill Demo Man before he throws it, or land and not explode at all, as it is to function as a proper grenade.
Yes! Bloody epic!
Affirmative! You've done me proud, boy!
Aye! Thanks, mate! You turn...
If I have to crack some skulls, I will. Come here, pumpkin!
Okay, that's maybe realistic. Okay, what's not realistic, I want to point this out. I understand he's animating in an SFM, but look, the pins are still in, and the firing mechanism is intact. They could pull the pin and throw it back.
Well done! Ladies, let's get
And the grenades have spontaneously returned.
this cart moving!
The bloody cart's not moving!
Oh, damn it, boys!
Bloody hell!
Help! I need some doggone help!
Okay, so what's also interesting is that one of the points that made Railroad so innovative is that there was incredibly low friction in the actual wheels. Yes, it's hard to get a cart like that moving. It's hard to get it started because it has no momentum. But this is how you can see individuals be able to be so strong they can pull a plane. It's because of how momentum works. And as long as you are continually pushing the cart, eventually, as long as you're able to overcome the friction of the wheels on the track, you should be able to get a cart of almost any weight moving. In fact, as a physics problem, if you were able to reduce the friction of wheels, or for example, put just a cart on skis on ice, right, and have somehow magically no friction, you could literally start pushing an object of any weight, and eventually it would start moving as you put more kinetic energy into it, right? And once it starts moving, it would actually be way harder to stop, right? So the cart, not only would it work, but it would be harder to stop once it gets going. You could almost just get its momentum up and then push it right through the map.
Damn it! Come on, fellas!
Put this back!
Heavy would be thinner because of the exercise taunts. First off, what is going on with Heavy's body proportions here? This is frightening. Scout just looks like he hasn't tucked his shirt in. So, okay. Let's talk about metabolism for a minute. So everyone loves to say, every fat person is like, oh, I have a slow metabolism. And that's sort of true, right? Different human beings do in fact grow to different sizes. They store fat differently. They metabolize food differently, right? These are small differences, right? We're talking about a difference of a few in a 2,000 calorie diet. You're talking about 200 to 300 calories per day of difference, right? In terms of the slowest metabolism versus the fastest metabolism. Now, when you are active, you burn calories. This sounds obvious, but it cannot be. And sometimes when you're active over time, you can actually burn an insane amount of calories. If you ever want to know just how challenging, how many calories you can burn, look up the calories burned hiking with a heavy pack, especially if you're going up and down hills. If you hike for 3 or 4 hours with a 30-pound pack, you may be burning thousands of calories a day, or thousands of additional calories. All that to say is that if you're someone like Scout, who is moving for most of the day at a dead sprint, he's probably actually still under eating, even if he consumes a whole bucket of fried chicken, because of the calorie expenditures necessary to do that. That's why MREs and other military rations almost always are over 2,000 calories a day. An MRE in the US has about 1,300 calories in each bag, and you're supposed to eat 3 of them a day, right? So you're talking about nearly 4,000 calories a day, but that is normal to sustain your weight when you're engaging in combat operations. Again, hiking with a heavy pack, maneuvering, sprinting, diving, carrying, right? It's just hard work, and you need enough calories to sustain that. Similarly, if you're a large person has a higher metabolic need, right? So separate from metabolism, right? The more mass you are, the more big, right? The more calories you need to sustain that. This is just a simple physics problem. Again, think about having to supply blood, oxygen, and other essential perform other essential functions when you're someone as big as heavy. Let's say he's 300 pounds, right? Let's say Scout is 130. Well, Scout is going to need less calories at baseline than heavy, even if they have the same activity level. And if heavy were to somehow sprint as fast as Scout, or again, hike with the same backpack at the same pace, heavy would burn many more calories because of his body's weight. Remember, he also has to carry his larger weight, meaning he needs more calories to sustain himself, right? So all this to say that there's no guarantee that a sandwich would not restore health or help him recover from exhaustion after intense combat. And there's no reason to think that the fried chicken will make Scout fat. It'll only happen if they both drop their physical activity levels to none.
Answer here! Nom, nom, nom. Nom.
Got a bucket of chicken.
Sandwich.
Chicken.
Ugly. Help me!
What? No.
Yet! Nom, nom, nom. Nom, nom.
Oh, that just ain't right.
That said, right, typical exercise routines, when you go to the gym and lift for 45 minutes, it's great. It's great for your health in so many ways, but it doesn't burn a tremendous amount of calories. You could, if your goal is to achieve a calorie deficit, going to the gym is the equivalent, again, 45 minutes of like medium effort lifting, not CrossFit or anything, but just a regular, 3 sets of 5 of your bench press type lifting. It's only going to offset maybe the equivalent of like 1 candy bar or 1 slice of cake. So again, it'll improve your health in so many ways: cardiovascular, strengthening, your ligaments, your muscles, your heart, even your cognition and your mental state are going to be improved. But it's not a substitute for cleaning up your diet and maintaining that caloric level.
Billy, gutless, coward. Medic! Medic! Sniper! Need some help here?
Jawohl.
Whoops! That was not medicine.
No! Dear God! Poor Laszlo! The finest mind of his generation! Come to such an end! No! Dummkopfs! Look! He's dead! Help! Help! Oh, God.
Laszlo, is that the sniper's name? Also, guys, this is perfectly realistic. You just can't shoot someone with a crossbow and not, hurt them.
Out of my way! Out of my way! Get up there! You all about to have a real bad day.
Yeah, this is actually also very realistic. If the engineer is such a genius that he can deploy an advanced AI sentry capable of actually sustaining bullets and explosions, then presumably he could understand how to make a tiny, simple two-stroke diesel engine that could power this cart with a nuclear warhead on it.
Woo-wee! Will you look at that? Bloody brilliant! Whoa!
Also, that's also realistic. Yeah, though I will say that oftentimes the way these wheels work, foreign objects on a train track can be kind of a disaster. They can get caught in the wheels and stuff.
That is close.
What?
Yeah, this is actually completely correct. Video games love to make your melee attack be a one-shot kill because it's really hard to kill someone in melee. But in fact, it's the weakest attack, and something like a butterfly knife would almost never kill the person instantly, right? Especially, you have to think about the skeletal structure of the body. If you were to stab someone in the shoulder blade, all you would do is stab through skin and some level of fat. Then you would hit hard, bony shoulder blade. That's sort of why some of these components are here. They're protective, right? That's why our entire rib cage exists, to protect the core internal organs that our body needs to function. Even if you were to stab someone in an arm or a leg, they can often live for minutes or even hours without treating it, right? And even longer if they have even access to simple bandages or tourniquets, right? So this idea that you could knife your way through people one-shotting them is pretty unrealistic. Also, a real spy, if there's one thing we've learned from the Russians, it's that you can always rely on poison over stabbing.
Take that! Let this be a lesson for you.
But knocking someone unconscious with a single punch is extremely difficult. Look at the number of UFC level fighters or high level boxers that even when they catch opponents with beautiful clean shots, still can't put them away. It's really hard to knock someone out with a shot, and certainly the knock them out and then they wake up a few minutes later a little woozy, also very unrealistic. It's extremely dangerous to take head trauma, and oftentimes there's continual bleeding in the brain that can permanently damage the brain. There is oftentimes secondary blows, like the old joke about I hit you, head hit floor. Head hitting the floor, head hit floor is also bad and can be as traumatic or more traumatizing. But he has a black eye, that's realistic.
All right! Spy! Hello again! Howdy, partner. Let us move.
Dun, 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 dun. Wow. Okay.
Come here, sweetheart. Today is a good day. Yeah.
Okay, socks in the shower? Nah, this is a crime.
Dear God. There's more. No. Let's see.
Excellent.
Pardon me.
Disguise the other team by changing their clothes. I mean, here's the thing. You got to fit in the clothes. And oftentimes when you have really specific outfits, it can be pretty tough to look like another person. Think about it. Wearing, for example, a military uniform is extremely particular. And you would know pretty quickly if they weren't able to do so.
Let's see. Yes? Good.
Okay. Come on. Okay. Oh, hello.
Oh, what the bloody hell?
Okay, that's actually exactly how that would go probably. If you had actual engineering and you had actual motors, yeah. Again, if you've ever tried to go at a dead sprint for several minutes, you know it's you're burning some calories.
Surprise.
We must stop, little cop.
Come on, maggots.
Okay, I love this photograph of Saxon Hale here, looking very, very Strayan. Very Strayan.
Holy Mary, Mother of Joseph.
Yep, the link to this video is in the description. You should definitely check it out.
Okay.
Okay, I just want to point this out. It says top secret. You don't have a room that's labeled top secret. You generally try not to make it public, to be like, secrets here. Obviously, you need to keep an area secure, and you have to tell people the classification level of what's in that area. So I guess maybe back in the day. Anyway, this is not a very secure door.
The cart has almost reached the final terminus.
Oh no.
The bomb has almost reached the final terminus.
That cart must be stopped. No. Attack!
Yep, that's how momentum works, man. Once you have that momentum going, it takes a lot to interrupt it. Oh, we're reversing it. Oh, okay. Shout out to those Patreon members. Okay, we're gonna shout out to our own Patreon members who get access to exclusive content. I'm doing like I'm dropping videos like the 1st and the 15th ish of every month. So we got one coming up. Thanks to Cole Foster, Command Unit, Caffeinated, Jakob Flavius, Chris, Dr. Shadowcop, Porterworld, Time, Brandon Armitage, Telrun, and Astro Hunter. You guys make this content possible. Other than that, guys, follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/combatvetpaul, and I'll see you guys in the next one.